Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is the 20p arcade challenge. We're playing Outrun. The rules are simple, 20p or 2 credits. In this case, it's the highest score that wins because you don't get to continue when you use another credit, so you get to start again from the beginning, which is a bit harsh, really. Game by Sega. Now, I'm playing this on my RetroPie, and for the first time ever, I'm actually going to disqualify myself because I really need to run it on a PC with a bit more power, because it's one of these games that requires a lot of sort of sprite loading and a number of other things, and the RetroPie doesn't quite have the processing power to play this properly, so I'm actually going to disqualify myself because at certain points the frame rate drops way down from the original arcade 60 frames per second. In fact, I don't think it even runs at that on my RetroPie, so it gives me a significant advantage because I can kind of see what's coming up and avoid it. So I just want to play it for fun. So your 20p arcade challenge, 20p, much practice as you like. Your first recorded run is your run, regardless of how bad it is. I'm playing this in conjunction with RetroTech 100 Facebook forum, so you can see it played properly on there if you join the group, and that's basically it. I love Outrun. It's one of those games that I used to love because you used to see it with the old sort of, you know, the and the music sounds horrible, by the way, so I'm going to apologise straight away, so we're just going to pass some breeze. One of those games where you had the whole car, you know, you got into the chassis of the car and you got in there and you drove it. You see how slowly that goes to begin with. So you got into it and you sat in it. I mean, I could probably got it working with RetroArch, but I haven't had a chance to do it. But lovely game, absolutely fantastic. And everybody wanted Ferrari Testarossa at that point as well. Probably worth a fortune now, the original Testarossas. They were really, I loved the sort of, they had these sort of slits down the side and that sort of, that back that we've got, you can see there, that sort of rounded bottom but sort of little fat bit in the back behind the heads of the two people there. So, right, let's go for it. Quite easy on level 1. Now, this is one of these things as well. What I also liked about this as an arcade game, of course, is that you got to choose at the end of the roads. There was a split. You could go left or right, and then if you went to the left, that was easier. If you went to the right, that was harder. So there was, and obviously the points are higher if you go harder rather than easier. I'm going to go the easy route first. I think everybody who's done this challenge so far has gone easy, but I'm going to go easy. And we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely not running at the full speed for this. It's not. It feels too easy. It feels like things are. I don't feel particularly threatened by anything. So, okay. So I'm going the easy route here. Passing cars. There we go. Lots of time. You started with 75 seconds as a default. Probably passing slower on that with the processor running slower. The music's absolutely killing itself on this. As I say, it does run fine in RetroArch. I just couldn't get the joystick to set up correctly, and I just didn't have time. So that's why I quite like the Raspberry Pi sort of approach. You know, the RetroPie. You chuck it on the ROM and just run it. So games like this, a lot of the Sega games are like this. To be fair, Sega arcade games, they don't really play very nicely. I think they had a lot of custom chipsets that basically were not compatible with or harder to emulate unless you've got a decent processor. Come on! Oh, I knew that was coming. I've changed down to low gear. Oh, she's pointing at me. She's going, don't do that. Yeah, I was way off the edge of the road there. Haven't used the brakes yet though. Don't apply the brakes. Nobody apply the brakes. I might need this on this little level. Flying along. Now they remade this actually not that long ago. They remade, I think it was a later version that was on, I think it was either the Dreamcast or the Saturn, and they remade it and it featured on the Xbox as well, the early Xbox. So it's probably Saturn, wasn't it, if that's that generation. And they remade it recently for the Xbox 360, not too long ago for the Xbox 360. Loved it. Absolutely believed conversion. Upgraded the graphics a little bit, made it a little bit prettier. Higher resolution, but it was really good. Oh, died. Can't believe I died on that. Didn't make it very far at all, so never mind. Maybe it isn't an advantage to have a RetroPie, but anyway, I'm still disqualified. I'll get my name in, and then we'll do the next run. There we go. That's me, first one. One of the things I really did like about this was the sounds, but never mind. There is a emulator which is designed to fix and enhance Outrun, specifically called Cannonball, that you can get. And Cannonball kind of takes the files from various ROMs of the of Outrun and fixes those things and puts them together, allows it to run at 60 frames per second on a Raspberry Pi. So yeah, it was another thing. Didn't really have the time to play with. I would have loved to have done, but I didn't have time this week. I've been a bit busy. Been doing some work in my the man cave is getting an overhaul. Unfortunately, it means that I'm kind of down to the bare minimum computers in another room while that's actually getting its update. But anyway, here we go. So I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go for the more difficult route. See if I can get further going more difficult. No, don't hit them. You can hear the difference in the music. It's I don't know. It's just so much slower in context. Oh, go away! That was nasty of you. All right, we're gonna go towards the mountains anyway. I'm gonna do that instead. Five seconds left. Yay! Made it. Extended play. 67. Can I make it through this one? I'd like to. I got a lot more score going this way previously, but of course the higher the level is, the more score you get. You get a whole list in the arcade upgrade version of Outrun. You get drifting. There are various other versions of Outrun as well, but this is the one that everybody remembers. This is the classic. If you're old enough, you'll remember this. You'll remember the fact that it was a sit down, or in this case, this is both the sit down and the upright version, but it was a sit down version. It's the sit down element of it that was just brilliant. I mean, you just felt so in control with your own high and low gear. I mean, it was brilliant. It was so well designed. I wonder how much Sega made from that. Can you imagine? You know, all those coins that went into those games, or did they just sell the machines? Did they take their money from that? Maybe I know they had their own arcades in Japan and things like that. I don't know if they have them anywhere else in the world. Was there such a thing as a Sega arcade? As an actual arcade in Europe? I don't remember seeing one. Oh, here we go. We got the turning. Can I make it before my time runs out? Probably not. Oh, it's so close. No, I'm not going to make it. Oh well. I wouldn't have actually been able to get into the scores anyway. I did a lot better in my practice run. As I say, I didn't get a chance to have a good play on it this week. I'd like to get RetroArch working for it, but do you know what? I'm quite happy as long as other games work. So the retropie being my preferred way of playing arcade games. There we go. Oh, well, there we are. If you could do better or wish to have a go, please join the Retrotech 100 Facebook group. They're a very nice bunch of people on there, very friendly indeed. There's a nice long thread running there. The winner will be declared later today. I suspect there's somebody who's already well in the lead score-wise, so I suspect it won't be far before. It's going to be a challenge for people to beat that. Anyway. I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.